Okay folks, so here's another low light situation with the Ordro Ep8. Driving in the car. Checking to see if I turn the heat up, if it would pick up the blower motor of the heater. It's interesting how this camera has a Sony. I believe it's the sensor in it that's Sony. I'll have to look in the manual, but I will put it in the video what device it is. But I believe it has a Sony sensor in it, and I guess the video's kind of comparable to a mid-range cell phone. Very wide angle, similar to what a GoPro would be, or a Osmo Action. Albeit the gimbal ain't as good as the Osmo Pocket. I don't know if it's a true gimbal in the true sense of a word gimbal, but just getting some video down. The sun will be coming up in a few minutes here. I wanted to find a way that I could mount a camera on myself that wouldn't be as intrusive as like a GoPro or an Osmo Action sticking off the top of my head. Or I have, as you can see, I've got quite a long beard, and if I mounted a GoPro or a Osmo on my chest, my beard would hang over the lens, so that's not an option, and my beard's not going anywhere, so there's that. I really have struggled with the quality of the mic on this. Now, if Ordro Ep8, the camera that I'm using now, essentially installed a mic jack on this same camera, you could upgrade the mic yourself, I would think. I don't know if the software or the hardware rather in this camera would support that. But in order to stop some of the the wind noise, and I'm going to try to put a foam cover over the mic hole on this. There's a little orifice where the mic is. I'm going to try to purchase one of those foam covers that goes over a mic to cancel out the noise, the poppy noise, and hopefully that will reduce on wind noise and the poppiness of this mic, but I'm not so sure the poppiness is because of the mic, but I will try to prove that. I will try to prove that by putting a piece of foam over this mic and see if we can calm it down a little bit. Because the audio is definitely the major downfall with this camera. I mean, I like that I can wear it on my head, and everywhere I look, that's where the camera's looking. And I can have my hands free to be able to do things and show you guys what I'm doing. But I don't want to have to voice over every single thing I say, or you know, every time I go outdoors and the wind is, I got a light breeze going on, I want to try to remedy that in another way before I go using this as my go-to camera. Now it's about 6:35 in the morning here. The sun's just about coming up. I was hoping we could grab a sunset, but it's a relatively overcast day, and I don't think we're going to get that. Unfortunately, in this video, we might have to do another video on that. My windshield is a little bit dirty, and I wonder if that's showing up as well. So it snowed on Monday. Actually, I believe it was Sunday night. 3-4 inches. And this is what we're left with. Looks like up here in the mountains it's about maybe still 2 inches or so. So I turned my heater motor off to see if that would make a difference in the audio. I really had high hopes for this camera, but I'm really disappointed in the mic. Ordro, if you're listening, you need to do something with that mic. Essentially, if you put a mic jack or something in this little gadget, so the customer could provide their own mic, or you provided a mic that was of better quality, that would be fabulous. You know, in this price point for this camera, it should have a better mic. I can get a Osmo Action for $250 roughly, and I believe that has a better mic on it. So, you know, but there you have it again. You know, there shouldn't be a trade-off in mics for the same price point, I would say. Fair enough. My Osmo Pocket camera that I have has a better mic than this camera. Similar price point. Speaking of mounting with this camera, I noticed this headset has a tendency, if I arrow it down so I can see my hands, it has a tendency to pick up my beard. So, you know, I might just start calling it the beard cam. But for the most part, it has a mount that I think I could duplicate and put it on the brim of my hat, or you know, you could actually put it on a tripod if you needed, or some sort of magnetic mounting to put it on the hood of a car or tractor, or not so sure the vibration wouldn't be transmitted to the camera. I mean, the gimbal does well for walking, but I'm not so sure it would do well for machine vibration. So that also is a thing as well. So, see, the sun's coming up now. It's starting to brighten up a little bit. My windshield is filthy. No sunset sunrise this morning, folks. Unfortunately. So there's a little bit of driving with this camera, traffic coming at me, that sort of thing. I think it handles, I wouldn't even call it an action camera, because it really isn't an action camera, because it can't stand up to the rigors that you would put it through while doing action photography. Essentially, it's just a body cam is what it is. And I think that Ordro would do well to improve that mic. The mic. I'm going to say it again. Ordro, improve the mic on this camera. It's just, it needs some work. You need to bring that back to the drawing board and give it some work. At this price point, that mic should not be popping and wind noising and all that at the level that it does. So, just my opinion. Other than that, it's a fairly decent camera. That said, I'm going to sign off for today, and we'll come back to some different footage. And have this camera doing other things, and see if it can live up to the challenge. North Wing Garage, peace out, and God bless you.